as we contemplate it, we start to experience ourselves initially as a kind of mystery, like, I'm not really so sure who I am, essentially. There seems to be something about me that's very mysterious to me, myself. Right? It's something that most people don't take the time to appreciate. If you've never experienced yourself as a living mystery, a mystery unto you, give it a try. It's actually very pleasant. It's not the resolution of the question, of course, but it's much more liberating than someone's idea of themselves. This is why so many spiritual teachings, contemplative teachings, talk about the unknown, because it's the entryway, right? It's the doorway. It's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. It's a nice image, you know. Rich in ideas, rich in identities, rich in knowing. And so, through all sorts of different traditions, they've suggested we let ourselves be oriented to the mystery of being, not because it's just a kind of technique, because until we've had any deeper awakening, we don't actually know. Right? That's the truth of the matter. Until we know, we don't know. But the way to know is to allow yourself not to know. That's the paradox, right? That's the funny thing about it. It doesn't make any sense in a way, in a rational way. Like, I'm going to come to sort of the deepest kind of knowing through letting myself not know anything, huh? Like, they didn't teach that in college, right? Or in grade school, probably. But it's not so mysterious as it may sound. So if someone like me that has a terrible memory, right? I've never known what it's like to have a functional memory. I was born with almost so little memory, I can hardly remember that I didn't have memory when I was a kid. So I don't even know what it's like to have a good memory. Which makes it harder to suffer from your past, I suppose. Maybe there's a benefit. No, see, who would you be if you had no memory to fall back on? Not even a minute ago. Well, boy, you'd immediately be a mystery unto yourself. Immediately. This is the doorway. It's always been the doorway. If someone's more theistically oriented, you know, what is God really? Are you ready to be honest? Are you ready to be truthful? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, good place to start. I don't know. The great mystic Meister Eckhart and his beautiful prayer, God, may you relieve me of all my ideas of you, so I can encounter you as you are. And that was said through one of the very top theologians of the day. So he had a whole laundry list of thoughts. And he got an answer to that prayer. So we can start with anything. Yourself, your neighbor, your lover, God, life, death, any of it. The big questions, right? The existential questions, which is the real domain of spirituality, the deep, big questions of life. And usually, for most of us, usually we're not we're not really honest. So we don't just start from a place of, I don't know God, I don't know life, I don't know you, I don't know me, I don't actually know. I've heard a lot of things, I've read a lot of things, but that doesn't mean I know them. So most of us, that's not where we start, right? Most of us, it takes time to get there. So it takes time to get to the beginning. It may take you a lifetime to get to the beginning, or you can get to the beginning at the very beginning. There's nothing that says it has to take any time. All it has to do with is just being the capacity to be really honest with oneself in the simplest possible way. Right? Do I know what I am? Apparently not. Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking the question. What is God? Wow, I really don't know. Maybe you believe in God with every fiber of your being, but then maybe you don't actually know what the God is you believe in. That can be a little unsettling, or it can be actually beautiful, because it can also stretch you deeper into a sort of mystery. So, of course, we don't want to stay there. We don't want to remain in a place of ignorance indefinitely, but this is what in Zen we call the backward step. The forward step is just piling on more knowledge, thinking we're getting somewhere, spiritually speaking. I'm not saying there's no place in life to pile on knowledge. Obviously there is. We go to school to pile on knowledge, and it comes in handy. But spiritually speaking, it's a sort of counterintuitive thing. It's the backward step, not the forward step. We're actually trying to sort of take a step outside of all this knowledge that we've acquired and getting back to innate knowledge, something that's innate, something that can't be taught. Like you being you, just being, sitting in a chair more than likely in this room, just the experience of you being, it's innate. You don't have to believe in it. You can disbelieve, but still, you are. So one can be relatively certain of that. I am. I don't know what I is, I don't know what am is, but I must be here, even to say I am. Okay. So in this sort of backward step, we're actually stepping outside. We're not acquiring more, and we're trying to step. And the inward direction is you're trying to orient yourself more and more and more and more to something that's innate. Self-confirming, or as I like to say, upon the authority of your own direct experience. Then we really get introduced to, there's just an immensity of unknown out there and inside of us.